that are folded up. Um, and he approaches and says, "Do you live here?"
Mm. Yeah, Prismius turns around and you see the front of him, a tiefling, uh, solid white, everything as white as snow, his eyes, his skin, his hair, um, and dressed in kind of worn and very much more functional than fashionable, uh, mismatched leather and kind of has the lock picking tool in his hand as he turns around. Like, it's kind of hard to tell where he's looking exactly because there's no pupil or any kind of indication of which direction his eyes are pointed in. But I think in the moment it's pretty obvious that he's staring right at the cops. Uh, and oh shit. Uh yeah, this isn't what it looks like. I don't live here, but my friend does.
Is your
And
friend's
it's
name Maxwell?
yes, you little pro tip. If you're trying to get that kind of information out of somebody, you should ask me what my friend's name is, not give me the name so that I can then just agree with it, because I could be lying to you. Um, but yes, Maxwell is my friend, and his house is currently really fucked up. So I was gonna go in there and see if he's like dead or
Mm, fair enough.
like more
Um,
fucked up than usual. Fucked up in a way that he doesn't fuck it up.
I look over to Deadeye and I say, "I think we can give him the pass on this one." Um, Move out of the way. Let me move through here.
Wow, fuck me. Okay, right after you, Your Majesty. And he kind of like steps aside and gestures grandiosely in like a sweeping bow and like gestures one arm out like, Your Majesty, please, if you would proceed.
um, he walks past and the wings just like a little bit.
Pops in
It's
the
so
face. Ooh.
yeah, he like fucking rude.
He moves in, starts looking around, inspecting everything up and down. Um,
Yes. Alvarez, please roll me
mm,
investigation,
a roll.
and
I use
then
dice.
yes, Dungeons and Dragons having dice is ideal. I also would very much like to know the order in which we enter the home. Alvarez obviously first.
I'm pushing right in
Uh,
after him.
Deadeye's gonna be last in the house.
Perfect. So, Alvarez, you walk in and immediately there's no like real foyer. It's a very small space that immediately opens up into a large living room. The place has been torn apart. There are like storage bins that have been ransacked. The furniture cushions have been thrown everywhere, and most of them are not even like unzipped but ripped open. What did you roll on that investigation check?
Could I vi? Okay, so it's okay. So I have my bloodhound amulet.
Hmm?
So if any part of this investigation check could use smell, would I get advantage?
You can use. I want you to roll with advantage. I want both numbers from you.
Okay, one's a 15, one's a 19.
Okay. On a 15 to use your eyes in this room, you are looking around and again seeing the before mentioned ransacked space. There are like floorboards that appear to also have been ripped up. Something appears missing from one of them, as if like as in hollow. There was a space cut out underneath this for something to go. It is about the size of I'd say like those. You ever read the Big Book of Gods by Percy Jackson? It's not a regular size book. It's significantly larger, but if not, it's too thick. Like a binder. It's about the size of like a 3-ring binder, maybe a little bit larger.
Doing cameras? I'll do cameras.
And I mean, this is what we doing.
Everybody
looking a
pulling
little
up cameras,
bummy.
I guess.
I don't know.
I'm looking
I got it plugged in. I might as
a
well.
little bummy, but hey, let's get it.
Which means I'm gonna have to pull everybody's cameras up
So,
and situate them right.
Oh no, he's kind of cute though. Hang on. I'm too old to say that shit.
hey, listen, as Rips will put it, I am of lube age. It's okay.
Blue age.
I've been
Hey.
told much
Crazy.
worse.
True. I'm invisible.
You are invisible. It's crazy. Normally, when it's dark, I'm the one that you can't see. Um. Anyway, out of pocketness aside, now that we're all here, oh, I can't do anything. I can't take shit serious. What was I even doing and saying? Yes, okay. The size of roughly a
Investigating
3-wing
actors.
binder is missing from underneath a couple of these floorboards. That is what you're getting from sight. Even some of the wallpaper has been torn off of the walls. Where the tears are, it appears like it was even cut by something sharp and then peeled.
What I know is that's not normal.
No,
This
these
wallpaper.
these are entirely new. These are entirely new things that have happened. With that on a 19 with smell, I will give you Chase. Something died in this house very recently. It's not the
Fucking
smell of an incredibly old corpse by any means, but it is the smell of a corpse nonetheless.
All right.
It is coming from the very back of the home. It also smells like something was cooking, maybe?
Did you just give me a friend and then kill him in the same fucking breath?
Um, you have
Let's
no clue,
go.
to be fair. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Give me this. Yes.
Well,
Um,
I feel like I'm gonna figure out because Prismius, as soon as he enters the house, is doing his rogue shit and
All jokes
speaking.
aside, I
Prismius,
see a
as
cat.
soon as you walk into the house, so Avarez starts like flipping stuff, like looking underneath shit. He finds the stuff in the floorboards. Prismius, you've been in this home before.
Yeah,
You
I know
know
what
that
I'm
as soon
doing.
as you walk through, the kitchen is off to the right. From the kitchen, there's a way down into the basement near the rear of the house, and then to the back, to the left, there is like the shithole, and then back in the very back of the room, there is 2 bedrooms on the right and left of the home, and then the left bedroom has a back door into the backyard. Where are you going, knowing that his bedroom was the one to the right?
Um, I think I'm making a beeline for his bedroom
Okay.
first.
A little freaky. I'm not knocking
Well,
it.
and maybe he's just sleeping, like maybe people
Right,
die in their
right.
beds all the time.
So yeah, you beeline straight for his bedroom, and for a second, you see Maxwell standing there, and you see he's standing. Oh, look at the little cat. You see him.
I know I saw the cat too.
You see that Maxwell is standing over his own corpse.
What?
You look down, and you see your friend of the time you've been out of there. One of the few friends you've made is standing over his own corpse. He looks at you, he makes eye contact with you only for a moment, and the one standing seemingly disappears, and you hear for the last time your friend's voice say, "Hopefully I don't see you too soon, but I'll miss you."
Hold on. Let me get a Yori real quick. We're showing off our kid.
I don't even know this dude, and I'm grieving
Oh.
him. What the fuck?
You look down at the corpse, and I would very much like you to roll investigation as well to investigate the bedroom.
We actually did pretty well.
Do I eventually walk in and see
I'm
this?
gonna drop one of these. This is happening like while you're investigating the living room. He has bolted past you and done this. You'll see it eventually, but I'm gonna let all the characters kind of discern what they're doing for the first round of investigating this house.
12.
A 12. So you look down at the corpse first, and that is really like you're holding this guy. You've lifted his head up. You are hoping to maybe hear a breath or feel a pulse, but there's nothing there. And as you look to try to figure out maybe what killed him, you see several of these small like holes, almost if he was shot by arrows or something. But they're super small and they seem different. It's nothing you've ever seen before.
I don't know. Do
And
I know
as
what
you
bullets are?
no idea.
Okay.
But funny you say that, you do notice that the areas around his skin where these holes are seem to be almost cooked. They were very hot at one point. Something cylindrical and hot went through this person. That's what you get on a 12.
I think he assumes some kind of magic, but
Right, of course.
not being particularly gifted. He's got a little he could do, but I don't think this is anything. He's like, did somebody like heat
Right, like is
metal?
this some weird
Is it
magic missile?
rocks?
Yeah,
I don't.
exactly.
Yeah, like what?
Magic stone? That's the vibe.
Yeah. Um. Is there anything else in the room? Is there a
Yeah, for
bed?
sure. So you look
Window?
over at his bed, and his mattress is up off of the frame leaned against the wall. That too has been cut open from totally opposite corners. So like bottom left to top right, it has been slashed through and then ripped open. You can see parts of the like interior foams and springs kind of like all over the floor, and underneath the bed frame itself where the little slats are, there's obviously just a bunch of clothing and things because again this guy wasn't the most clean.
Sure.
But then there's also just a bunch of these little silver things. They looked like something was inside of them at one point. Above table there's just some shell casings
Sure.
beneath the bed, and you see that again everything in this place has been completely just ripped apart. All of the drawers from his storage furniture has been flipped upside down and then kind of thrown across the room. Something was probably stolen from here as well. On a 12 you don't get too in depth on what may have been missing that was here before. However, you've been to his house, so you do remember
Mhm.
that he had a map above his bed.
Mhm.
He said that he would look at it every night when he went to sleep. That map is gone. Roll me history, see if you remember what it was a map of. And then we move over to Deadeye.
15.
Deadeye, you've never been in this house. Okay, you've never been in this house. You have no idea where anything is. You know that there's a big ass living room, there's a hallway, there's a door in the hallway, two doors at the back of the hallway, and then this area to the right that you can go through as well.
As I'm going through the front door, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. 30 feet. So you go through, you cast detect magic. You are getting firstly in the hole that Chase is kind of beginning to find at this point. You look and just see that there is some latent necromancy in the hole. Right. You kind of walk in, trying to like center yourself into the living room to make sure you're not missing anything. That is about the only like upstanding magic out here. You see that there's like some minor stuff like prestidigitation that's been cast once or twice a long time ago, but you assume it was just to try to keep the place like from being musty because there's shit everywhere, clothes everywhere, not actual shit. What room would you like to go through and investigate thoroughly, if any?
Specifically, because you said I detected the use of necromancy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of necromancy in the in the ground where Varez is looking at where the book is missing.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull Vara's back and tell him be careful.
What?
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Signs of necromancy is here,
Shit.
especially where you were just looking.
Oh, that's not good. All right.
And while this happens, money, Miss Lucian.
Yo.
You see
Yeah.
Deadeye is walking into the room. Varez is walking into the room. They're beginning to investigate this hole. What are you doing?
You
Um,
you
I'm
do also notice that as you get a glimpse of Deadeye's eyes are currently polished red.
okay. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna physically describe Lucian in a more setting appropriate outfit. So
That you bullied him.
yeah.
Good job.
I love it when I bully people into being better role players.
Right.
Yes.
Times of
fair.
bullying is necessary.
There. Yes, true. Okay, so Lucian looks around the room, and she's wearing a pantsuit, right? A gray pantsuit with a little badge. Her hair is basically in a low ponytail to keep it out of her face, and she has like almost paper white hair and pink and like a darkish red pink eyes. Okay,
Okay.
she's just looking around the room, trying to see if there was like I don't know, like sign of something breaking out of any of the windows or anything like that.
All of the windows, while most of them are cracked and chipped in some way, none of them are large enough for any like creatures of note to exit. Like no goblins or
Oh, okay.
halflings even. Maybe like a rat or something, but nothing bipedal that could be running around.
Okay. Then I followed Deadeye.
Alright, and then Deadeye. And the question remains, is there a room you would like to go through and kind of tear apart?
Um, the only do I notice any other disturbances around?
Nothing. Rolling perception. I don't know why I'm using Chase's rolls for you. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead and throw them bitches. And while you do that, we double back to Prismius. Yes, I do remember names correctly. Prismius, you're the 15 on history, right?
That is correct.
All right, on a 15 on history, you remember that he had a map of what Mercenians refer to as the Hill. It is a high society, both literally and figuratively. It is a place of elevation where the richest of the rich hang out. Um,
The hill.
People who think in real life, like not just like your 3-car garage people. I'm talking like several yacht clubs. These are your world's elite within the city.
Right.
Um, Most of them stubbed up assholes because super rich people.
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell always had dreams of making it up there. A
Okay.
lot of people here in what they call the valley, to kind of contrast, they have dreams of sometimes even leaving the city, finding somewhere that is more fair, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
everyone wants to be Lucky, this dragonborn who started off super poor and has kind of made a name for himself. But Maxwell, I guess, was always shooting for greater heights. He thought he could make it up, though no one has before. And he had a map of them, pretty detailed map, remembering where things like the library and general store, kind of everything just envisioned, and there was a little circle for where he wanted his house to be, and it's gone. With that, we are back to you. Is there anything else you would like to do in this room?
Um, yeah. I would love to just real quick before any cops get in here, go through all of my buddy's shit and stash anything, take anything that he wouldn't want them to find.
Right.
His
Okay.
porn collection, all of his unmentionables, whatever all his drugs, his
Okay.
paraphernalia,
For
whatever
sure.
he's got.
And you
I'd
knew
like
this
my dude's
guy,
shit.
so you did know where he kept most of his shit. Funny enough, all of his port is like kind of scattered throughout the room as well. Like it was found at one point and then just kind of like fuck it, not the time for it, and was thrown across the room. You managed to grab all of that and I guess stash it away for now. Funny enough, all the little stash places that he hid his drugs seem to be grabbed, except for one that is in the back of his chest of drawers.
Mhm.
He used to keep behind the drawer in the back of the actual unit itself a bag kind of adhesive to the back of it. That's still there. Managed to reach back there, grab it. Of course, you open it and give it a sniff. It's the good stuff.
Pocket that. He would want it to go to somebody that he cared about, you know? He
Right, of
wouldn't want to
course.
have it.
Exactly.
Um,
Um, you turn around and you look down at your friend's corpse, and its like lifeless gaze kind of looks at you, and you see his corpse kind of smile for a moment before it goes back to its dead face. Um, for a
I'll,
person tripping balls, you are chuckling.
sure. I
Like,
mean, hey,
um,
um, I was just
from
kind of
there, yeah, go ahead.
talk to him for a minute. I just want to talk to him and just like let him know that I'm gonna figure out what happened to him and I'm gonna get him. Whoever did this is gonna wish they hadn't.
You kind of say this, and you don't obviously don't hear anything or see anything back. You don't have the means to actually speak with the dead. In spite of this, you kind of feel a warmth, but also a conviction to figure out exactly what happened and who done it, so to speak.
Yeah, I think he has to take a second to to get a little teardrop out of his eye before anybody sees it. Can't have that. Um,
This,
and he'll head back out and let the cops know the good stuff's in here.
yes, at this point, the first round of investigations comes to a conclusion, and you guys see like Clockwork Prismius walks out, points into the room. You guys are all able to look up, and from there, I'll let you guys have the floor.
It looks like somebody was looking for something. They slashed his mattress up to pieces. It's all cut up. I think maybe they might have found something that he stashed in there that. But I mean, he was into a lot of shit. I don't know. Do you know anything? I mean, you guys have been like on this case, right? Like, it's fine. Just get in there and do what you do, please.
I'm gonna walk back
Chop,
there
chop, chop,
and
coppers.
Chow chow.
I was waiting for the DM to say something.
No, that was you guys' floor.
Uh, I know he we about him we know very little. The case we've been working is about missing girls. There's a list of a few different girls that have gone missing, and they've all been involved with this. I, I'm not sure how
Well,
much. mm,
if you're working a case about missing girls, why the fuck were you here?
He gave us. Well, first of all, he stole some woman's purse. First of all, but
Oh,
That
second of
totally
all,
checks out.
that sounds right.
second of all,
It was purses, not
he
girls.
also gave us an exact drawing of a very interesting. Was it an infernal symbol?
No. Charlie described it not like as infernal or evil by any means, just from a society long forgotten, from a sect of paladins that once swore an oath to a crown that all had to break it for means he wasn't sure of.
Okay. He gave us this symbol. It was like a very ancient symbol from an old kingdom. And the people we're dealing with are working and we're dealing with ancient powers. This is the only way we can describe it.
Roll me intelligence, Chase.
Intelligence.
Deadeye, you can as well if you'd like. But he didn't even have his sheet up as menacing.
12.
Well, okay.
You said intelligence.
Intelligence,
13.
13.
Oh,
On these 12s and 13s, you have to say it out loud for the first time, and as you do, you're beginning to realize that while both of these things are very much intriguing, the missing case, this sect, this group of people dealing with ancient and forbidden power, and this group of paladins from an old kingdom, while both may merit their own investigations, likely are not connected. And also, one of them was told to you by someone who stole a purse and wanted you to leave him alone. You know what I mean? Uh, but yes, proceed.
We came to follow through on a stolen purse, mostly. Also investigating other things at the same time that could loosely be connected, maybe, probably not. But it just so happens that you're here and that this happened, which is unfortunate.
yeah.
Deadeye, could we could we get him? I do you know his family?
I don't think so. DM?
No.
No, I don't think. No.
Yeah, you are pretty confident, though he never said it out loud. He doesn't really have any living relatives, at least none he talks to.
If he's
I
got anyone
guess
alive, I don't know him.
you're probably his closest friend, so I guess you're kind of like next of. No, you're not next of kin, but you're like the closest person to him in
Yeah.
relation.
Yes, the only people who would care if this man is dead are in this room.
Um, if it's okay with you, we I believe the captain, he has the ability to speak with the dead.
Oh, God.
We could have a final conversation with him and figure out what happened here.
That shit gives me the heebie-jeebies.
All right. And at this point, I need everyone's passive perception. I know I got a 14. Is anyone beating a 16?
What's the perception?
I got a 15.
I have
And that's on
13.
passive.
Okay.
Can I
My
roll?
passive
Money.
perception is
So if I
13.
roll, oh, I rolled like shit. Never mind.
Money,
Oh,
what'd you say? I'm sorry.
we gotta roll the passive perception, or
No. I want to know what your passive is.
oh, it's a 13.
It's a 13. Okay. On a 15, it's very, very late into these steps that you hear them, but you hear footsteps inside the home. They have just come up the before mentioned stairs to the basement, and as they get closer, Prismius, you begin to hear them as well, trotting through the kitchen. There appears to be at least 2 sets of footsteps.
As soon as he hears anything, you guys see Prismius. He's got on his back this thing that's like kind of folded up and like compact, whatever. But he like grabs it and he pulls it out and like gives it a flick, and it's a whole fucking bow that like folds out.
Okay.
And then he's got an arrow
You
in it,
see-
knocked and ready to go immediately.
Alvarez moves a hand to his sides, just looking to be ready, but doesn't know what's happening.
I'm gonna unclip.
And I'm going to meet whoever's making those footsteps.
I'm gonna unclip my rapier and go to the door a little bit. I'm gonna peek around.
Then Money, what are you doing?
I'm equipping my hand axe and just holding it like, what's going on?
All right. And then did I hear you say you approached the footsteps? Prismius, was that correct?
Yeah. I mean, what is the lighting situation in this room?
It's midday, and there's a lot of windows, and most of them are broken, so you can see pretty much everything with relative ease. There are a few dark spots, like the hall itself, that don't really have a window, but you can see the living room pretty clearly, as well as the spaces that you all are in. This
Okay.
isn't
I don't think we're stealthing too much then. I think
no.
it's just kind of just looking at everybody and like giving the nod and then pushing the door open and taking aim.
So you push the door open, and as soon as you do, this is when you see them turn around. They're on their way out of the building, and you see one of them let out a deep sigh, and he's like, "Well, they caught us." And he whips around, and with the speed none of you have seen before, he pulls something from his hip and points it at you all. It
And
is this weird.
immediately
Go ahead.
as I see him reach for since I said I was peeking out the
Of course.
into the hall. As soon as I see him go for the hip, you're gonna hear as Deadeye uses command word halt.
I
So
also
by the time you can react, this is already pointed, but I will roll that wisdom save. What am I looking for?
14.
I also command my shadow to go in front of Prismius, and my echo summons in front of Prismius to block whatever's about
Okay.
to happen.
So yeah, the guy, he looks up, he points this weapon at him. Deadeye shouts "Halt," and his voice kind of echoes in this guy's mind. You see him kind of shake something off, and this strange shaped piece of steel that seems to reflect the sunlight off of it. That cat is adorable. With
Here he goes.
6
I haven't
individual barrels that kind of point at you. You see him kind of cock his head sideways as this echo kind of manifests, and you see as this guy with like frizzy white hair underneath a very wide brimmed hat, clad in various brown and taupe leathers, with a bright blue shirt on, kind of looks, and he's kind of assessing the situation. And you see this woman in more, I guess, shining armor than leathers, and the same kind of white hair. Funny enough, in a very similar pattern as Prismius has their hair set up in, a very long single braid down her back. She kind of reaches out and puts a hand on his forearm and tries to get him to lower what tries to get him to lower whatever it is he's holding.
Me? What I'm holding?
And no. This is about her brother. She kind of walks up behind him
Okay.
and tries to get him to lower his weapon.
At
And
this point, now after summoning the Echo, Avaris has both sides out, and the Echo has done the same, and they are just out wide. The wings are splayed out. The feathers on the back of the neck stand up.
in this kind of narrowish hallway, you can see now that the Echo has pretty much obstructed the vision both ways. So you guys are free to move and reposition behind however you see fit, without these two people in the room seeing you. Provided that, with the exception of Avares, they can move without you all seeing as well. Reminding you that one of you at least knows of the rear exit. Would anyone like to do anything? Or are you maintaining positions here?
Maintaining, and I'm
Okay.
keeping. So it's two of them. There's a guy and his sister is behind him.
Yes, you don't know they're related yet,
Well, right.
but yes, there's a guy and there's a man and a woman
And
standing
she's
in front of
trying to get.
Avares.
She's trying to stop him from fighting us.
Not very passionately, but yes.
She's just like, okay. So I'm not shooting,
Mhm.
but it's the bow is taut, like it's ready to
Okay.
fucking just it's who are you? What are you doing here? Move and I'll put this through your fucking face.
You see, as you say that, the barrel turns once. You hear a click that seemingly echoes through this quiet room. Nothing else happens.
What the fuck is that thing? Start talking.
But
start
he looks.
bleeding.
He goes, "Now, how many questions are you going to ask before you give me a chance to speak?"
As many as I goddamn well please. You may answer them now.
To answer them, you loosely and in order. She takes up there giggling. Firstly, name's Vincent, and myself and my sister are here to collect a debt, so to speak. When we got here, your friend was already dead. And then he looks
Infringement.
over. By all means.
7. Stop
I'm
rolling
gonna-
garbage.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Good at those.
Would you say they're within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, for sure. For sure they are.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and whisper. Whisper a ritual cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. To ritual cast, that's gonna take a minute. This interaction will likely be said and done. Would you like to just use a spell slot for it?
Yes.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay. So you cast Zone of Truth. And it is like you see as they are kind of engulfed in it. They Vincent looks. The guy who introduced himself as Vincent looks back at his sister, and she kind of just chuckles and she says, "Leave those people be, Vince."
What?
And
Why was Angie looking at me like that?
oh no!
I know, the look on her face, she looked terrified.
She says, "Leave those people
I'm
be."
sorry.
Vince."
I can't control my face yet. I can't control my words. My bad. No, my
You good? You good?
Uh,
So
I,
as
I
this
think
is said,
he kind of
um,
adjusts a little bit.
he looks back on the insight of 7. You discern that he is in fact telling the truth. Zone of Truth gets cast, and again he looks back at his sister and kind of laughs, and then he looks back up and he says, "Well, now that you got this going, is there anything else you want to know?"
Yeah, why the fuck are you in Maxwell's house?
That's my whole question from the get go.
He
Why the hell you in the house from the get go? Is he black?
no, he's not black.
Damn.
As
That's
soon as
okay.
I realize he laughs about the zone being casted, I'd be like,
What is that
Oh.
wisdom save again? By the way, I'll have him roll it to see if they know. One of them probably doesn't. Am I looking to beat a? Is a 16 beating you?
yeah, 16 beats.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
these should be higher.
That's a-
So
Why the fuck are
yeah,
you in Maxwell's house?
yeah. He looks back at you. Sorry about that, and he says, "Well, like I said, we were here to collect a debt."
Yeah, you said that. What the fuck does that mean? Talk to me like I'm an idiot. What debt?
I thought I was. And you see
You're
as
smart
the
talking back to the guy with the arrow to your fucking face.
I know you've never seen one of these before, but I promise they fly a lot faster than arrows.
Yeah, right. Wanna
And
bet?
as you say that,
This fucker's gonna shoot me.
holy shit.
My
As you
echo's there. My echo's guarding.
as you say that,
Body blocking.
you each hear two very loud bangs.
Okay, I can only take one of
First,
those shots.
Chase, I need to know if a 19 is hitting your echo,
Wait.
which is your armor
Hold
class.
on. Oh, my proficiency is only +2. Yeah, it hits.
The first one hits Avares's echo and flies past each of you. None of you actually get hit by the first bullet. The second one. Alright, I need to know if a 23 is hitting you.
Moi?
Yes.
Yes.
Prismius, you feel as before you can even react to that first bang going off, and you see this shadowy bird that you just met kind of fizzle out of existence. You feel something whirl past your head. Your head snaps left to look at it, and you feel this strange like force hit your hand and bow, and it is like flung out of your hand. Your hand is in a lot of pain, but you weren't hit directly. And
Chop the bow out of my hand. Okay.
you see him spin his gun a little bit below the barrel of it, and he says, "So what? I win."
Nice.
Well, I'm not gonna shoot you in the head now, so I guess there's that. What the fuck is that thing? What is going on?
The woman steps forward and says, "That is something of my creation, and until very recently, my creation alone." I'm doing the wrong voice. That there is something of my creation, and my creation alone. Whoever else figured out how to make these need to be handled accordingly. You can't just have the general population running around with these now, can we? And the guy puts his back on his hip, and you see him begin to walk down the hallway and approach you guys. And he says,
Suarez starts stepping forward and into the sort of same chamber, and he goes, "To respond to your previous statement, I think you've both won yourselves a trip to the precinct."
the guy kind of chuckles and goes,
I'm learning how to play D&D. This would happen.
that doesn't exactly work for us. We do have a very busy couple days scheduled. Can you
Well,
do,
that's quite unfortunate.
Alright, do I know if there's a back door to this place?
If there is,
You personally do not, because you've never been here before, and you veered right. The bedroom was in the doors in the bedroom on the left side of the home. I mean, you assume there might be one somewhere. You are not certain just yet. I need everyone to roll me deck saves.
Fucking
Oh, damn. Okay.
Or con saves, excuse me.
con save. Jesus, guide the wheel.
7
If I could
plus
roll above
2,
a
that's
5
19.
tonight,
Sorry,
Plus
what was that money?
15.
17 plus 2, that's 19.
Oh, 19, perfect. Okay. For reference, everyone, we are trying to beat 15s. This might be more efficient.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
7.
Deadeye. They're on a Didier.
I have a 19.
You have a 19. Okay, marvelous. All of you are mildly affected by it at the very least. The smoke becomes very difficult to breathe in. You begin coughing lightly, and your vision becomes obscured. You can't really see through the smog. Prismius, this stuff has really gotten to you. You were already beginning to breathe a little bit heavier. One of your very few friends was just found dead. Your bow was completely removed from your hand by something that you couldn't even see. And now this smoke is beginning to fill your lungs. You're beginning to hyperventilate. You begin coughing your lungs out. And as you look down and you are dropped to your knees, you can see the blood that you are beginning to cough out as you take 4 force damage.
All right. I'm gonna do I remember where the window is in the room I'm currently standing in? Since I'm not in the hall.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
All right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can
go
see.
out.
You can kind of see the window actually. Then yeah.
I'm gonna this window is busted out, right?
Only part, like, again, none of the windows are broken enough for anyone to go through. There's just partial breaks in them. Though you assume, looking at it, it wouldn't be that hard to break all the way.
All right. I'm
How
gonna go ahead and I'm gonna charge at the window, jump out it, and I'm gonna see if I can find a back way.
That window does go outside.
That's what I'm saying is
Oh, you
I'm
mean trying to see if you can find another way back into the home?
yeah.
I'm keeping up. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
trying
Roll
to
me a
find a
strength
back
check.
door.
and while that's happening, how
That's a
far in
7.
front of me are they?
You have no clue anymore.
Can't see him anymore. All the smoke.
Oh, there's that much smoke. Okay.
Yes.
Is there a
Um,
window in the room?
Then
In
the
the
hallway.
room that Deadeye was in, yes, you just saw him run into the window and eat shit.
Avara's just
Now you had to roll a
forward.
10.
Can I break it with my axe if I go after him?
Of course. Roll me a strength check as well, and then Avara, you push forward, kind of coughing. If you
Yep.
use your wings to
No,
kind of like
you know what I'll
fan the
do?
smoke. Okay.
I'll use my one spell, Gust of
I got a
Wind.
4.
Oh, even better.
Gust of wind
Wow.
clutch.
Okay.
I create a line of strong wind that is 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, and it
Sure.
blasts straight from me.
Which is perfect because you're in a narrow hallway. I need everyone to do me a favor. Refresh your D&D Beyond, because apparently your dice hate you. Oh. I don't know if that'll help, but it's about the only advice I have. I don't know why your die are being so violently angry with you, but this is the only
Go
advice
get
I
my
can
dice.
lend.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes, if you have real dice, feel free to go and retrieve them.
Using my solo player.
It is at this point the smoke dissipates. The door open is slammed shut again by this gust of wind, and you see on the ground there is nothing but a playing card on the ground. obviously in the rest of the fucking mess. But there's a playing card on the ground that seems to be unaffected the by the wind.
Avara's sort of disregards the playing card and runs through the door, trying to figure out if he can see where they went.
You sprint outside, you open the screen door, and you do not see them. Feel free to roll me perception and describe what all you do in an attempt to figure out what
Can I
direction they may
attempt
have
to
went.
smell them? That face.
'Cause I'm doing some thinking, right? And I'm like, okay. Firstly, the biggest thing that
Can I
was in
trace the smell of gunpowder?
I'll allow it, but this DC is
I have a magical
DC is
amulet that
DC.
allows me to track people via smell.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. It's like I say, the DC is DCing. But yes, I will let you roll to try to smell the gunpowder
This is
outside.
perception.
This is perception.
22.
Okay. Yeah, fuck me, I suppose. So you walk out off of the porch and you look around, you do not see anything. So you close your eyes and you take a very deep breath in, and as soon as you do, you smell gunpowder very close by, and you hear a "the hell is he doing?" from atop the porch on the roof. You look up and you can smell and see these two people sitting on the roof. And Vince goes, "Damn it, that usually works."
Won't work on me. What does the
Feel
top of this
different.
look like? What material is
Um,
this? Is this wood? Is
it is, yeah. It seems like wood, and yeah, it's all like a wood framed roof. There's some
how
stone up there as well.
easily breakable is it? Like, could I like take this whole like the top of this thing down and like take them down with it?
I mean, it's so they are on a part that is attached to the home itself. So you'd be breaking the entire structure of that wall.
Okay. Um, are they like feet dangling off the edge?
Vince was before he got up, and then she's kind of sitting. She's doing the girl sit like with one leg under the other, and she's like sitting up on the roof.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to use one of the like. Is there like corner posts to this thing?
So the awning, yes, but they're not on the awning directly. They're on the actual physical roof of the home.
Okay. Still, yes. I want to use one of the posts to sort of gain some momentum and swing around it, and then use my wings, fly up, um, and get like just at eye level with them, and then take both the sides and just put them around either of them.
Okay, go
And
ahead
just
and
have them there.
roll me acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
And as he's doing that, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on him.
From inside the house on the ground?
I mean, I'm looking out the window, aren't I?
Yeah, but they're in the front of the house and you're in the back, remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
That's an
So
18 it looks like plus.
so that's a 23.
It's a 23, okay. So on a 23, you do this with relative ease. And you get up to the top. And you hear some chuckles coming from both of them. What do you do from here?
Can I get I want to get like scythes around the back of the neck just held there on both of them
Yes.
and just like hold them there and be like, don't move.
So you go to whip the scythe behind each of them, and you like go to put pressure on like the shoulder and neck ever so slightly to kind of give that intimidation of move, and I'll pull. And the scythe kind of passes through each of them, and you
Okay.
see
Minor
kind of
illusion.
them fizzle out. Silent image mostly. A little bit of minor illusion for sound from the brother, and you hear now and see the gunpowder, and where you smelled it, there's a fuse working its way towards a little bag
Oh fuck.
right at your feet. You've got about 10 seconds.
I just dive backwards down into like the alley, and then swoop down through the alley and just carry myself with because like my wind tunnel is still going, so like I can change the direction of it from where it's going through from myself. So
Okay.
I'll just carry myself with that wind down the alley and just
Okay.
go.
So, Alvarez has effectively said, fuck everybody in that house. Um,
And I'll shout, "Get out! Bomb! Move! Run!"
Run!
upon
Run!
hearing this,
Depending on how powerful the wind is,
mhm.
would would the wind protect us from the blast? If
So
he's
the wind is
channeling
going
wind.
up the side of the house at very high speeds. The bomb is on top of the house.
Would my
So it
wind
is.
put the fuse out?
Had you said I want to change the direction of this wind at the fuse,
I,
it absolutely would have. You decided to fuck off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair
My
enough.
brain, I'm like, oh, he's gonna just grab the bag and pull it away so it doesn't explode. And then, because you've got 10 whole seconds, and then you were like, nah, I'm out.
big homie,
And
we
I was like,
are
oh,
live.
okay.
We are live, big homie.
He's like, yeah, that's cool.
I know, but
He
he
was like,
just screwed up all the cams.
oh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, anyway, with that, yeah, he screams bomb, get out. The wind tunnel carries him up the alley. We pan back into the home through one of the broken windows, and we see Prismius finally beginning to stand and kind of get his wits about him, and we see the rest of the party. What are you guys doing as you hear this desperate cry to flee?
I'm running.
Look.
Grabbing.
Um,
I'm grabbing Max's dead body.
Okay.
Ronnie might have
Roll.
NPC disease for a
Wouldn't you
bit,
leave
because
him
I'm gonna
first
need to
and
get
see what he
out,
has?
because it's getting so late.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and roll me a strength check, Prismius. Um, in this dire situation, adrenaline does kind of begin to overtake you. You desperately want to preserve your friend's body. I want to give you advantage as recompense for how your dice have treated you tonight. Um,
Okay, come on, baby. Come on. Natural 20.
and the heavens shine upon you as you successfully grab your friend. You do not even need to half your movement to drag him. You move
Hell yeah.
efficiently, and you go straight for that back door in the left bedroom that you know of. The rest
We're
of the
cremating
party.
him and we're scattering his ashes
Well,
on
if
the
you need to
hill.
cremate him, you could have just left him in the house.
Well, but I need the ashes so that I can scatter them in rich people's backyards and pools and stuff up on the hill. I think that's
Oh,
really
that's so cool. Okay, I love that.
yeah.
All right, with that, Money sees you kind of moving as if you know where you are going, and so Lucian begins to follow, and then we have Mr. Dedier.
Yes.
What are you doing in this moment, in this magic moment?
This magic moment.
I'm gonna
They get it.
see. It's like, do I see money taken off?
You see Money and you see Prismius bounce.
I'm getting the fuck out too.
I need to know what everyone's movement is, and I need you to add half your movement to that.
30. Add half?
Yep. So if you're moving with 30, for example, you take 30 plus 15 and come out with 45.
Damn. I
10 seconds. I'm
Well,
using roughly a round and a half combat.
Oh yeah, I got 45, and I'm also going to
well, logically, I could use I could use a round to move and dash. 60 feet, and then another half a round to move another 30 feet.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know if you're allowing the wind to carry me even faster.
Yeah, no, for you, you are nowhere near this area
Okay.
anymore. Varez has, again, kind of just said, fuck y'all, and has bounced. The rest of you, is anybody's movement plus half movement under 40? No. You guys are moving, and you hear a very loud bang as this, like, the front part of this house, we pan towards the street view, and the entire part of it is kind of cratered open. There's a bright flash of light, and as we refocus, the awning is gone, the front door, the windows, the glass has kind of been shattered and put everywhere. I see how this looks, my bad. I didn't mean to do all that. Angie, I hate you.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, we pan open
Go ahead.
the door, the fucking front of the house. Oh, fuck me, yeah, pause. Is completely open and missing. Furniture on the inside is charred black. A second bang happens from the basement, and you see the house kind of begin to fall in on itself, ever so slightly. Not completely like leveled, just a bowing of its structure. It won't stand for much longer.
We're squished.
Money is
Okay.
panting and breathing very heavily. She turns around and she goes, "What
My-
the fuck have you guys been doing?"
I'm gonna look back at it's Artie's character, correct?
Yes, Prismius, who's dragging a corpse at
Prismius?
incredible speed to be dragging a corpse.
Okay, look at
Okay,
you with the speed.
You need to start speaking. Why did they just blow the entire house?
I don't know. I don't know, man. They didn't get to answer any of my fucking questions.
You knew this person better than anybody here.
Did they
Apparently, I didn't know
specialize
him
in
that well.
explosives?
Say what?
Did they specialize in explosives, possibly? Could have planted any bombs around it?
Do I know that?
That's
No.
the thing. We don't
Not
know
like,
any of that.
no, you don't know. Not like, no, this guy's not like a person who makes bombs.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Ain't
mean,
been a secret. It's okay.
he was like a petty criminal. He wasn't. Fuck. Any answers
People
that
are
we would
not
have
who you
gotten were
seem them
in
to
that
be.
house.
As this happens, Money, who is not pictured anymore, Deadeye, and Prismius, you guys all see, presumably maybe even the same, but a playing card kind of descend and flutter in the wind, and it lands in front of you, face down.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Ooh, suspicious.
And as you do, you recognize it as a Joker, which is referred to also as the Fool. And it's kind of smiling this shit-eating grin. And beneath it, simply pinned in black ink, the question DISU question mark. This you.
Am I dissing you? Is that what you said?
No, like
In that
this
kind of
you
context?
No, like,
Is this
is
you?
this you? Because you've been made a fool of.
Oh my god, this fucking asshole.
If this card is a mirror, I swear.
Is Vincent hot? Tell me he's
Watch it be a
ugly.
mirror.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh god damn it.
yeah.
Phasmophobia
You
flashbacks all
ever
over again.
Son of a bitch, why couldn't he be ugly? He sounded hot.
think like a combination of Arthur Morgan and Dante from Devil May Cry?
Fuck. Fuck.
Ooh,
Shit. Taki
Wait a
mushrooms.
minute.
that mix is
Um,
diabolical.
Enemy still
that
out?
is astronomically diabolical.
Okay,
So,
anyway.
what can you do? Because if you move, then he's got a chance of opportunity.
So during this time, Alvarez has canceled his wind tunnel and
Mhm.
swooped up and done a big circle around, and
You
then
are 100 feet away.
yeah, but he can fly. But
Yeah, no, I got you.
he's like looping back around to try and get back around to the house and
Mhm.
see if anybody is still alive.
You look down. Everyone appears to be alive. Money kind of looks up and around for you and gives you very much a what the fuck look.
As she should. Because what the hell? What you doing?
I swoop down and I land, and I say, I didn't know what to do. I just had to get out of there quick. I just saw a bomb. I saw a bomb. I had to get out of quick.
You couldn't have gotten rid of
As
it?
soon as he lands,
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give him a whale right into
One
the
big old
fucking
knuckle sandwich.
shoulder.
Give him one for me too.
Give him a good knuckle sandwich. He probably hasn't eaten all day.
I'm gonna attempt to block whatever he throws at me. I'm not just gonna take it.
You go to raise your hand up, but he's aiming shoulder anyway. So he still kind of just whacks you in the shoulder and he says the before mentioned phrase. Questioning if you could have defused the bomb.
Maybe I didn't really look at how much of the fuse was left. I just saw a ticking time bomb in front of me and was like,
And
warn
you
everybody and get out.
and you
That's
panicked and ran away and let the house
I
blow up?
warned
The house with
everybody.
all the evidence?
I
What kind
warned
of cops
everybody.
are you? That house was full of all of the answers that we needed to why my friend is lying here dead with these weird ass fucking holes in him. That
I didn't
now
know
I'm
those
thinking
people
about
were
it.
gonna be there.
Would Chase's smell still be active?
Everything
Okay.
smells like gunpowder, right? I mean, yes, it's always active, but
Yeah.
everything.
Yes, correct. Everything smelled like gunpowder, but I didn't know if that I was looking for something else.
Thank the God that I had the
Would
foresight to save his corpse because now at least we can ask him questions. Are you
how was
cops? Am I crazy?
Welcome to tacos, Artie. This is going to be a regular question you have to ask.
Yes, but I've never had to deal with a bomb before. That's not usually something that happens on this job.
You know, it's fine. It's done. It's over. I've got Max. Is the house on fire now?
Oddly enough, no.
Okay, so maybe we can still get in there. Maybe they came up out of the basement. We need to try to get down
do
in
you
there.
not see the house? This house could cave at any moment. We rather just let it cave and then sift through the rubble.
Fuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll sit here
Safety
and
is
watch it fall apart.
priority.
Fucking safety. Do you think
I'm
whatever that
gonna
thing that he
I'm a
had, do you think that made these holes?
I'm gonna look over at Chase's character Vasquez.
Alvarez.
Juarez.
Alvarez. Can you go get the since you can move faster than any of us, can you go get the cleaning crew?
Yeah.
The cleaning
Of-
crew. What the fuck does?
Alvarez will just take to the sky and move back to the precinct.
Is that like a literal cleaning crew, or is that like a figurative? Is that like a cute name for a cleaning crew?
It's the grunts of the department that will sift through everything.
Oh, so kind of in the middle.
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
I-
And
Alvarez takes flight.
do I see a weak point on the structure?
Mostly the center of it. But before that happens,
And when I
and
take
I
to the sky,
have
I take high and I scan too for like
for any
anybody.
signs of yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You see a few people generally walking around. A large crowd of people actually moving towards the explosion. And you see a lot of like these tieflings and changelings and whatnot that are in orcs that have decided to mind their own business, kind of moving away. People are beginning to like come out of their homes and wonder what happened. Most of the people on this street are currently on their porch or also walking towards the scene of the incident that just happened, but you don't spot them anywhere. Granted, there's crowds of people moving everywhere. If you'd like
I'm
to roll
gonna
perception,
I'm
see
gonna
if you
go
spot
ahead
them
and
specifically, you may. Deadeye.
I'm gonna go ahead and um set up police tape.
Okay, perfect. While this is happening, Prismius, can I trouble you for a history roll?
Yeah. Probably not gonna be a very good one, but I'll give it to you.
You're looking for a 12.
Two.
Bardic inspiration.
A nat 1. Yeah,
Darling, it
please
is a
take.
2.
Yeah,
Oh,
even if you rolled a 6.
yeah. What is your bardic? A D6?
Um, Deadeye.
Go to an 8.
in lieu of really not wanting a certain thing to happen right now, I'll also let you roll history.
What?
I'll perform the help action, yeah.
Okay, or
Roll
you can
history.
perform help.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh god,
roll
it's
with
natural 11.
advantage.
It'll be bad.
Yes,
Okay.
you also have inspiration.
Well, it's 7 now.
Roll the d6 too as well.
Oh yeah. Come on, motherfucker. 11?
I will give it to you. I said it was 12. We're treating 11 like a 12. We're being nice. You are suddenly reminded that a certain piece of personal and important property of yours was shot out of your hand and is in the caving house.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's why in that one I felt real bad. I'm like, I don't want him. That bow sounds so cool.
It's just a regular longbow. I just thought
Okay.
it was cool, but
Maybe you brought it from the gate though. You know, maybe you do really want it
it's
back. I don't know.
my bow. He doesn't even. He just fuck. You're a bunch of pussies, and he's gonna go back in to the house.
Okay. You go back in through that back door. You open it, and immediately you can kind of see it's uncanny on that 14 of passive perception. Everything is kind of leaned ever so slightly forward. Not enough to knock anything standing over, but it's leaning to the left a little bit. You navigate through, and in lieu of seeing how lightly you step, just roll me stealth.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to be somewhat. Oh, fucking Christ! 13.
13 is actually going to do it, don't worry. You're good. On a 13, you kind of strut through and you manage to grab your bow and you see through the base of it, there is a very familiar looking hole that goes straight through the bottom of it. What you also notice, oddly enough, is unlike the holes on your friend, the part around the wood is not burned.
So similar weapon, different ammunition, maybe?
The idea.
Okay. Is the path to the basement clear?
You would have to cross the lower point of this.
Can
Was
I do
about
that?
there. Yeah, of course. You can
Yeah.
begin to navigate over.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't give a fuck. Bury me in rubble. See if I care.
using that same 13 as you do step into that hollow point, you do kind of feel like yourself step through a hole. You manage to pull your leg out of it, and you keep kind of slowly but surely strutting your way across. You navigate over to the stairs, begin to walk down, and take these little bends and curves, and you end up, sure enough, in the basement. And now you can see the top of this roof is bowed down at least 18 inches from the
Ooh.
points of the walls. It's bad. This place could drop and level you at any moment.
Okay, I better be quick then.
As you look around, you see that there are various little structures that look like they were holding something up at one point, now kind of blasted around as if those were systematically taken out. There
Okay.
is these etchings all around the walls. What languages can you read?
Common, infernal, and undercommon.
Fantastic choices. Um, none of those are in this room. Those will all be very useful going forward.
Is there too many of them that I couldn't quickly copy them down on, just like draw them on a piece of paper?
To do all of them, it would take you probably about 20 minutes. And none of them stand out in such a way that would be like, oh, I definitely want that one.
Yeah, okay. I'll just kind of try to memorize
Would you
them a
say that
little
I
bit.
got the tape all
Okay.
set up?
I'll say he's probably made his way into the basement as you were starting to wrap up.
Alright. I'm gonna go in where I seen the character enter. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
how's the sturdiness in there?
You hear him kind of speak through the hole you made in the ceiling. In the
It's
floor earlier
shit.
ceiling now.
It's shit. It's literally gonna fall any second. But do I think that that's all that they were doing down here, was destroying the support beams, or does it look like they were up to something else?
Yeah, so again, there's etchings all around the wall, and most impressively, I didn't get into the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The floor, and you kind of realize as soon as you get down here that you're used to the floor having this carpet across it, and now that too has been uprooted. Um, and beneath it is another map of the hill, chiseled
On
into the cement of the ground that was beneath the carpet. This one, unlike the one before that just had a marking of where he wanted his house to be, also sports other little checkpoints, if you could call them. You haven't been to the hill yourself, you aren't sure where they are, but they're there, and a large chunk of the center of the map is indistinguishable due to the blast from the bomb. It's all black and charred.
Of course it is. Can I like make a note of where those other markings are, so that if I ever find another map of the hills, I can like
Yeah, of course.
compare, or like,
Of course, yep.
okay. I'll definitely take
Um,
that down then.
you do only really recognize it as a map because his house is still on it,
Yeah.
and there chiseled, it just says MC, his initials, Maxwell Cobblestone.
you gotta rip my heart over a guy that I didn't know 20 minutes ago.
Um,
Um,
you go through the rest of this large kind of open concept of a basement. And he had like some tables and whatnot that are scattered across their chairs. You can't really tell what they got into down here because whatever evidence there should have been has been very impressively destroyed. And you kind of hear creaking and little pieces of debris begin to fall from the ceiling in front of you.
um, when he hears that, he'll try to head back up the stairs.
All right.
Back to
You
the
head
like, main floor.
back up the stairs to the main floor. And you kind of find yourself back in the kitchen. There's that little stove area, uh, large open counter space, things of that nature.
Just real last second, is there like any dumb little trinket, little like I don't know, salt and pepper shakers or that I hated or some ugly towel or something, some tiny little thing that he liked in this room or in any of the rooms that I would know. Like that cat statue. I gotta go grab that fucking thing or something.
Um,
You know? Some sentimental little something, anything.
most of the little things in the house itself, nothing stayed here long. It was very much like I stole it and then I sold it, I stole it, I sold it, etc., etc. He did keep a very weird necklace around his neck, tucked into his shirt.
Okay.
It was this weird blue, jagged-looking gem. It almost resembled a lightning bolt. Chase, don't perk up too much. Unrelated. It almost resembled a lightning bolt,
Okay.
and it glowed like a vibrant royal blue.
Okay, and that's probably on him. So with that knowledge, I think I'll get out of this place before I get crushed by
All right,
girders.
and I'd just like one more stealth check from you.
Super. 15. We're
Oh
getting
yeah,
there gradually.
you are with ease able to trot out of this house. No more incidents. You
Okay.
get over to the room where it feels more sound and kind of walk normally out of the house. We pan over to a bird flying through the sky as far as has made it just about to the precinct. Flying at
As
full speed. He's a little winded. Did I?
as I see Artie's
Christmas.
character, Prismus come out, I am going to uh strike the weak point on the house that I see.
Okay.
And with that, I'm also going to use
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit for me. And as this happens,
yeah, I'm gonna use Psychic Blade with it.
okay. You're gonna do psychic damage to the house.
Psychic should be force damage on this one.
Yo, House, you weak as fuck.
I could be wrong. If it is force damage, I'll allow it. I just want to make
Uh,
sure you're doing psychic damage to the building.
You got a weak
Second
ass
damage.
foundation.
Great. I
Well,
like
I'm gonna
that.
use. I'm gonna go ahead and use True Strike on it then.
Okay, cool. Oh, we pan over to Chase
That is a
as
natural 20.
marvelous. As he flies over, he gets to the precinct completely winded and out of breath. You land at the front doors,
Sorry.
barge in through the front, and the first person to kind of regard you is Charlie from behind the desk. It's like, oh my god, are you okay?
Emergency.
Welcome
Do I
to
know
the
what
stream,
street that
Rips.
was?
How you doing?
Roll me history.
Shit. Please be good. 17.
Don't remember the name of the street because no one ever told you, but you do remember that he was the one who told you where it was and drew up the map.
That kid's house. We had attackers. They had a bomb planted. It blew up.
I'm sorry, what? There was a bomb?
There was a bomb. The house exploded.
Okay. What did the bomb? Was it a magic bomb? The fireball wording? What are we working with?
Fuse gunpowder.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Gunpowder. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we'll send people out there to get everything cleaned up. No problem. Gunpowder. That's so
The guy
strange.
had this weird weapon. It metal in structure had it was like a almost like a it fired projectiles with gunpowder,
Crossbow?
kind of, but with gunpowder, small pellet projectiles
Huh.
made of metal.
Tiny
Uh,
cannonballs?
Wait. A gunpowder. Oh.
And little
Gunpowder
pellets.
propelled.
And he kind of like takes this large piece of paper and begins sketching. And he's like, so a gunpowder here, and I guess like a pellet, and then that would blow and send the. And he shows you a picture of basically like a cannon, like a large scale, just like Civil War era cannon, like something like this, but I guess smaller. And so he draws like a little handle on the back of it.
Yes, but like handheld, yes.
Huh. That's genius. Okay. Yeah, we'll get the grunts out there. I guess I don't know if you want to go back. They should be there, and I don't know. They're not that bright. Maybe 30
They
minutes.
said they were they were trying to claim a debt from him, the kid.
I wouldn't know.
We had his friend was looking for him. He was at the house when we
Really?
got there, and he
I'm sorry to hear that, Rips.
well, first of all, he was breaking in, but understandably so because the 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 house was in shambles. He was concerned for his friend. I understand.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Bitch.
Well, B&E's forgivable
Fucking
in times
narc.
of crisis.
um, and then we get inside. The whole place was ramshackled. There was a section in the floor that was taken out. Deadeye told me that there was necromantic magic there, so I disregarded it. We found
He told you there was necromantic magic and you disregarded it.
he told me not to touch it, so I didn't touch it.
Necromantic. That's funny. Necromancy magic. You ignored it. Anyway, no, I'm listening. Continue.
Yeah, now that I think about it. We found the kid's body. He was dead when we got there. We found him with these small holes in him.
Huh.
And then Deadeye was good enough to catch these people's footsteps from the basement, and we caught them. They came up from the basement. Um, we had a small confrontation. I flew. They got on the roof, tricked me with some illusions, and then the bomb was right there. Um,
Okay. Um. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Uh. And he looks. He kind of reminds you the guard should be there in about 30 minutes or so. You should probably go back, regroup with them, and yeah, we'll figure it out.
all right. I nod, move back out, stretch the wings again, and then take to flight. into the not quite as high this time, just up above the road, flying down towards back where the house is.
All right, and as you do, you come back and we'll go back in time just a few minutes as Deadeye casts True Strike on this building. You see a little light kind of illuminate from its weakest point. You wind back, and what are you hitting it with? You get a how do you want to do this on a house, Deadeye? Congratulations.
I am I am just grabbing my rapier and just burrowing my shoulder into the rapier as I'm pushing through the wood.
All right. You stab through, and as you do, your rapier kind of shoots a little bolt of this purple electricity, and the home begins to rumble and fall. As I rolled for how many minutes it had left, and it was only 5 anyway. Um, you the home crumbles, and Prismius, you are back over the corpse of Maxwell Cobblestone. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna watch the house. Watch the house fall. Um, when it's kind of settled, bend down and kind of struggle to pick him up this time, I think, but I'll kind of pick him up. Somebody said something about speaking with the dead.
The necklace.
Yeah, that's right. I pocket that quietly.
Do you go and grab the necklace? Are you just like tearing it off his neck by the rope? Are you grabbing the gem and pulling? Where are we? Where's our
I
point of
think it's
contact?
just the quick, like, I grab the gem and just, like, rip the whole thing off, just a quick break the chain or whatever it's on.
Yeah. You grab the gem and yank, and as you have the gem in the palm of your hand, you can see it's not hot by any means. It's grown from the temperature of outside to slightly warm, and a light is emitting from your fist.
Have I ever seen it do anything before?
No.
Kind of look at it. Any cracks
Uh,
open?
you open your palm, and a projection comes up,
Oh,
and it's you and
help
him.
me, Obi-Wan. Oh, why are you doing this to me? I didn't even know this guy existed.
It's you and him, and he is lifting up a bag, funny enough, that he had just stolen. It's a little coin purse. You kind of remember the moment so clearly. There was only about 30 silver in the bag. You guys went to Lucky's, got drinks, and uh, as the thing kind of plays through a few other seldom moments like this, you see on the gym above,
Oh, that's
you
right.
see above the gym, it says, "Hope I don't see you too soon, but I'll miss you."
Shut up! You're gonna make me cry over somebody that I didn't even know it.
The rest of you look over and you look back at Prismius, and he is looking up at blank sky, tearing up.
Ah!
Um, Avares flies and he kind of lands gracefully. He's back over with the rest of the party, and you guys are back together once again. You're reunited, and
Cleanup
it feels so good.
is on their way.
Thank you.
For now, I think this is as good a time as any to wrap up.
You
Feel like
asshole.
11:48's good. I feel like I've
Oh,
given the
that's
party
crazy.
enough psychological trauma to I did tell you that you asked what this campaign was, and I said it's me psychologically torturing a few people for about a few hours at a time.
This is
I wanted
insane.
to really throw you in the deep end with that.
Yeah, get fucked. Sit and spin.
That 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 was actually perfect because that's exactly what Alvarez would do. Because he
Sit and spin. That's
yeah.
exactly what you would do.
No, sit nothing has been. I'm saying run away when he sees a bomb.
Oh yeah. That was real shit.
You guys are terrible cops.
Yeah, no, they're so bad. It's hilarious how awful. Rips, are you actually gonna be here and play the next one, buddy?
You gotta ask Daddy nicely.
All right, so the
I
four
might,
of
I
you.
might, I might be here. Maybe.
Oh
Buster needs
shit.
to return.
Buster does need to return. Yeah, with that, I hope at least one of you were at least taking mental notes. I'm going to give you guys XP for this session and last one because I don't want to forget. So really quick,
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
go over. If you're not milestoned, if you're milestoned, Prismus, you should switch that over really quick. Make sure you're
Oh, I
level
got it.
3, etc., etc. I'm only going to do last sessions, actually. I'm not going to do this one's yet. I want to not change up the system I have because the system I like it.
Oh,
So we're not
sorry,
going
I
to
didn't know
switch
you were
the
down
tempo.
there. I'm sorry. Where are you hanging out down there then? That's where my feet go.
Cats.
So,
Alright, so from not this session, but the last one, we are going to have everyone who is present, so that is, funny enough, Rips.
what's up? How you doing?
That is Rips, Deadeye, Alvarez, and Nashi. I had a full house the last time we played, which is crazy how you niggas did not pop out again since. You guys are
My
all
fault.
going to take 175 for that.
My fault.
For the line of questioning that we went down, I want to have Rips and Deadeye both see an additional 175, and then Chase is going to see 250 for his combo with Lucky. And then
Think you're better than me, Chase?
from there, Deadeye, it's not any actual. You're gonna get 1 XP here, and it was only because I wanted to remind everyone of the generational fumble you had with Maxwell. Just fun fact for everybody. By everybody,
Oh,
I do mean
yeah.
Artie. Had you
When
arrested
I
Maxwell,
find
he would
out,
very much still be alive.
when I find that shit out, you just made me cry over an NPC that I knew for like 2 hours that I didn't
Yeah.
even know existed before I was told he existed.
So,
Your
and
ass is
I know,
grass.
and listen. I don't like to do this a lot, but like when it comes to, I do this. You know what I mean? So
Artie, you're gonna hate Alvarez, and you should hate Alvarez.
I do.
you are going
He's not a
I
to,
good person.
massively do.
you are going to hate Alvarez a lot.
No, I
You're
do.
probably
Chase, what are you playing with?
you're gonna love Brutus.
Probably.
You're
He
gonna love
sounds
Brutus a
fun.
whole lot. I love how he sounds good, and you straight haven't. You
I
please
like
have
Brutus.
not met.
The
Me
name
and
gives the
Brutus go
vibe, right?
back.
Like I can pretty much. He's probably a big dude, unless
Yeah,
he's
He
Brutus.
like
loves taking
tiny.
back shots, actually.
Brutus actually is canonically a top. Thank you very much.
I mean, canonically, he bottomed, though.
It did take you like 12 rolls to get
It
there.
don't matter. All right, I'll roll him again. I'll do it again.
Artie, this is the very campaign notoriously known for the phrase "roll for top."
Roll for top.
This is the real thing said in the session. So,
Okay.
that was before we started streaming, so I may have to be just a little more
Prism is
politically correct, but not a lot.
Twitch.
Being a top is not anti-PC. It's totally normal in today's society.
No, if they knock you for talking about that, they're homophobic.
I don't know about homophobic, but maybe they just don't align. You know.
Homophobic.
All right. On that note, we will see you guys.
We will see you
Next
guys, next time on Tacos.
Matter of
Dragon
fact,
Ball Z.
if we can get everybody to show up, Saturday. I ain't got anywhere to go this Saturday. So,
If you got your children,
huh?
if you got children,
You smart
I ain't gotta
ass.
open it. Is the crazy part. I already gotta open it.
What? What I open?
No,
He said
no,
he ain't got to
I don't even
open.
have to open it. I got a
Oh.
DM. Actually,
It's days like this you'll never miss. Every hour's eating at your soul. It's someone say they'd save you, then leave you hanging out in the cold. You've tried everything, but hell consumes the night. You've tried everyone, but there's no one else inside. Singing to the world, the enemy lies. Time is running out. Singing to the world, the enemy lies. Where's your hero now? You thought they were brave, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain buried in those eyes. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? It's days like this, you swing and miss, while your mind's digging your own hole. Where are the heroes tonight? They've nowhere